everybody. Thank you so much for coming to Wrinkle Society of Hope. If this is your first time, welcome. And those that are returning, thank you so much. Today, you are going to experience a woman who is courageous with a K share her motivational, encouraging story with you. Now, if you would like to know more information about Wrinkle Society of Hope, go to wrinklesocietyofhope.org. And don't forget, hit subscribe and share our YouTube channel. Hit that notification button so you can hear about the new stories that come every week. Thank you so much, and I can't wait to hear from you all soon. Hello, Wrinkles family. I am excited again to have someone I just always was inspired by. I've been watching her do Zumba classes and things like that. And I remember she was always rocking and rolling. I never got to make it to a class, but still grooving, still doing amazing things. I can't wait till she shares her things with you today. But go ahead and introduce yourself to the Wrinkles family.
Hi, everybody. My name is Devon Boydeshow of Walk with Devon. And I got to tell you, I just love life. I love helping women, whether, like Summer said, doing Zumba, teaching about nutrition and health, talking about what God has done in my life, and just like Summer, empowering women to do the things that they're supposed to do.
Yes. Exactly. Well, so happy that you came and shared with me tonight. So first of all, as you see, the glorious, beautiful face that she has, all that good nutrition, and I know it got us, working out, taking care of yourself, no wrinkles anywhere as I see. So if you would get a physical wrinkle, how would you feel about that?
Well, I've had many physical wrinkles, actually, Summer. I had fibroids from the time I was a teenager, but I didn't know what they were. I just had pain, and I kept telling my doctors I have this pain, but I don't know what it is. And every time they took a test, everything's clear. There's nothing wrong.
Wow.
And when I got pregnant, so let's see, let's fast forward to when I got pregnant, 10 years after being married.
Wow.
10 years after being married, they rushed me to the hospital because I was having pain. I was supposed to have a home birth, but my midwife said, you need to go get this checked out because you could have a pregnancy in your fallopian tube, the ectopic pregnancy, or you could have a cyst. You need to go to the hospital. So I'm crying because I've never been pregnant before. I'm like, Lord, please don't let me lose this baby.
Yeah.
So the doctor does an ultrasound, which, funny enough, no other doctor had ever done to see, what the problem was.
Yeah.
And it turned out I had 5 large fibroids in my uterus.
And
they were very concerned because a lot of times those fibroids can take nutrients from the baby. A lot of times people miscarry, things like that. So my daughter is now 7.5 years old. She was fine, praise God. Me, on the other hand, I had a really rough pregnancy, really rough, because those fibroids grew with her. So that was definitely a wrinkle because it was very painful. I had to, stop teaching Zumba. I would do a few here and there, but I could hardly walk to the bathroom by myself because I had so much pain and weight. When you're pregnant, you already gain weight already.
Yeah.
But so many times I cried and I prayed to God because I was scared that I could lose the baby and I was in pain. So you talking about clinging to the Lord. It's like, don't let me go.
Yes. Oh my goodness.
It was a blessing, Summer, because I didn't have to have a C-section. And a lot of women who have fibroids have to do that. I gave birth completely naturally. No pain medication. She came out, she was, healthy and everything. And it was a blessing. because first of all, that I got pregnant. Like I said, I've had a lot of wrinkles, and I
Yeah.
didn't get pregnant until after I went raw vegan, actually.
Oh.
Yeah, it was amazing because at that time we had a program, and three of the other ladies also became pregnant.
Just by when they started raw vegan?
Yep, and two of those ladies were considering IVF, getting help for that. And one of them, after the first month on my program, she said, I can't lose any more weight. And I said, well, your body, of course, has to adjust. And then the next week she came and she said, I'm pregnant.
Oh my goodness. Wow.
That experience really taught me the significance of what we put into our bodies, because this woman had not had a menstrual cycle that was not spurred on by medicine since she was a teenager. And so the fact that she started menstruating again the right way
Mm,
was amazing, just by changing what she ate.
that's amazing. What prompted you to make that change? What prompted you to go to raw vegan?
Well, because as a young child, I had something called oral allergy syndrome. I couldn't eat most raw fruits and vegetables. They would make me itch. They'd make me vomit. My husband couldn't eat a banana in the same room as me because I didn't have the correct enzymes that break down the proteins in raw foods. And so I knew that from a young child, but they wanted to give me injections. And for whatever reason, my parents didn't go with that.
Hmm.
So for most of my childhood, I ate meat and cheese and chocolate chip cookies because I didn't have reaction to those things. I would
Mm,
try to eat an apple, no way, nope, couldn't do it. And when I was 32, I saw somebody eating a raw vegan lifestyle.
mhm.
And the woman, she was glowing, and she had all these babies naturally with no pain medication. Now I knew I couldn't eat raw, but I said, one day, God, if you heal me, I can eat raw.
Yeah.
So went on a 3-day fast when I was 32, just to see. We went on a 3-day fast,
Mhm.
water fasting, just water
Oh.
and prayer. And let me tell you, I was angry.
Tell the
My,
truth. Tell the truth.
we were so angry. Oh my goodness, we were angry. And a lot of stuff came up, emotionally
Yeah.
wise, And we fasted and prayed, and after that, I ate small pieces of those things that I was allergic to, and then built up from there to where now I can eat a salad. I mean, I was raw vegan for a long time. And to go from somebody who cannot even have a banana eaten in their presence to being a raw vegan and having a program and putting people on it and people
Wow.
getting pregnant, people's varicose veins disappearing was a complete miracle.
That is a miracle. That is amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing. That and so, can you tell me how old you were when you got pregnant? Then.
I was 34. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
30.
And so many women out there that can't get pregnant think, oh, once they hit 31, 32, like that's not going to happen to me. I'm done. I'm about to be 35. I can't.
Yep.
And she,
Because that's what the doctors tell you. That when I went in for my doctor's appointments, when I knew that I couldn't use the midwife,
hmm
that's what they told me, that I was almost a geriatric parent. I was going to be geriatric. Geriatric, I'm young. Don't tell me that. And I
yeah,
tell people, don't listen to that box, because there are plenty of people out there who are in their 40s and even 50s having babies. Take care of yourself and believe God. My baby was such a blessing to me, because honestly, I thought maybe I was barren.
no,
I thought maybe, I never went to the doctor, but you think after 10 years
yeah,
of being married,
yeah,
you'd get
yeah.
pregnant. No, we never tried not to.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, my family thought I was until after I got pregnant. Then they were, oh, I thought you just couldn't have babies, you know. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. That's a really testimony to a lot of women, especially women of color. Fibroids is very huge. Right.
Mm-hmm.
I am
Then
one
I,
of those women.
oh, you are.
Hmm.
Wow.
Hmm.
It's not easy. And there are so many different symptoms that go along with it. And some are, I feel like I was just really uneducated. I'd never heard of a fibroid. I'd never heard of a uterine cyst. So I didn't even know how to like describe it. I feel like the doctors should have said, maybe you have this, you know, but
Hmm.
I didn't even know, I didn't even have the language
Yeah.
to tell them what was going on with me. And in fact, I actually had a hysterectomy in 2019
Hmm.
because the pain, I tried to just hang tight, right, for years after my daughter was born. And the pain was just too bad. It was
Yeah.
too bad. So I had this surgery and I had a cyst too. That was really very painful.
Hmm.
But again, I didn't have the education, and I didn't have the education that I should have on how our bodies work. And at that point, I now wish that I would have done things differently. I wish that I would have been diligent on being raw until those things went away.
Mm.
Because I fasted a lot during that time, and it would make the pain go away. But
Mm.
it didn't get rid of the problem. It would
Okay.
make the pain go away, but it didn't get rid of the problem. The problem was I needed to change what I was eating. Now, when I had my daughter, you know, when I conceived her, I was a raw vegan. Then I was like, ooh, I want some eggs. I need cheese. I need meat. And I was in pain. So I was eating because I
Mhm.
was trying to do something that would make me feel better, right? When you're pregnant, you can't take pain medication. You just have to feel that pain. And I was in excruciating pain.
Mm.
Um, so much so, my friends, they were like, what's wrong with you? It's so
Yeah.
painful. You know, it's so painful. And I just couldn't be my happy, jovial self because I was just in pain. And so I did use food to cover the pain.
Yeah. Yeah.
I did.
Can you describe a little bit that pain? Because I bet I can imagine, because I did go through some pain too. But people, like you said, are not educated on what women. I had 6 fibroids,
Mm.
so I definitely understand that. But I don't think a lot of people are not educated on what
Yeah.
those fibroids feel like carrying a baby.
Oh my gosh. So it was on my right side. And so that right side felt heavy. And if I could, it is definitely a burden.
Yeah.
And sometimes it felt like it was like screwing or twisting like this. And after I had my hysterectomy, I found out I also had endometriosis,
Oh.
which they can only diagnose when they're in there. And, you know, endometriosis is like your organs being kind of like glued together, you
Mm.
know. So I had endometriosis as well, which I didn't know until that. But the pain was so excruciating. I said, you know, just give me anything to like put put me out. I would sometimes just go to sleep so I wouldn't have to be awake and feel the pain,
Yeah.
you
Very.
know. And I know a lot of women deal with this silently because after I had my hysterectomy, I did a Facebook post about it and about I had, I don't know, probably 100 comments
Wow.
of women telling me their story. And these are women that I have known for years. And
Wow.
I didn't know they had had a hysterectomy. I didn't know that they had all this pain and that they were suffering in this silence all by themselves.
Mm.
It was really sad. I said, we just are over here not talking about what needs to be talked
No,
about.
we are not. We are not. That is something. What would you tell that person, your person that was going through all that pain and all these years, you know, the younger you before you decided to make this decision? What would you tell her and other women that are going through it right now silently?
I would, number one, say tell somebody. And number two, advocate for yourself and make somebody listen to you. Find a doctor that will listen to you, do the right diagnostic tests, try to help educate you, because had I known what was going on, I could have started working on that years earlier.
Yeah.
You know, years earlier. And I know there are a lot of women, I'm on a Facebook group for people with uterine fibroids, that are afraid to even try because their doctors tell them you're definitely going to miscarry. You definitely won't bring your, go to full term. All these definitely's, which are not definitely's, And I feel like if we could have that information, that would be such a big help. And to tell people, I know people don't want to tell all their business.
Yeah.
I understand.
Yeah.
But you've got to have at least a couple people you can confide in, because maybe they've been through it or know somebody who's been through it, so you know the next steps to take.
Yes. Yes. That's true. That's true. Thank you for that, because like you said, there's so many women that's silent about so many things in life. And that is actually one of the purposes of Wrinkles, because I think the more I have women share those stories, that women are like, oh, somebody else is going through it too. I think a lot of us go through so much in life, but we're taught to be strong. We're the women, we're the caregivers.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
you're so strong. I don't want to be.
I don't want to be Superwoman. I don't want to be. I'm going through this, and we need to share. That's why I'm like, women who care enough to share, because you, by sharing this, is going to just touch so many women to say, I'm going through it, and I thought I was by myself.
Yeah, you're not. I mean, look at us too. We have been through, been through the same thing, and it is a pain that is for me all day long.
It was
I just felt that pain, and I when I first moved here, I started teaching Zumba, and I would be crying before Zumba because of the pain, and then put on my smile because I've got to get out there and encourage the people. And then afterwards,
oh my God,
give me a hot shower so I can feel better, because the pain really did never go away.
Yeah,
didn't ever go away, and even after my hysterectomy, I still have that pesky pain sometimes, because I still have ovaries.
Yeah.
But everything else is gone. But the doctor wanted to leave my ovaries so that I wouldn't have any drastic hormonal change. Yeah. Even though he said, even if they took away one, then I probably wouldn't have a problem. But he just wanted to leave me with two. But I could probably still have endometriosis. He said he couldn't get it all. Oh. So I'm working on just eating right and, praying, of course, to rid my body of any trash.
Okay. Yeah. Awesome. So after all this pain and things that you went through over the few years, let's say you got a t-shirt made. Yeah. What would that t-shirt say?
These days, the t-shirt would say, finish what you start.
That's a message.
Because I was walking one day, I gained a lot of weight during my pregnancy, right? 60 pounds. And then I lost some. And then I gained some. And then I gained some more. And then I had a hysterectomy. And this is not the hysterectomy's fault. But then I gained some more.
Okay. You said it's not the hysterectomy's fault.
It's not the hysterectomy's fault. It's my fault.
Hmm.
It's my, my choices.
Yeah.
I like to tell people, take responsibility, because if it's the hysterectomy's fault, then the hysterectomy has to fix it, which isn't going to happen.
No.
So, um, I was taking a walk, which I really love to do, and I was praying. I said, God, I'm tired of this up and down. Every year I lose some, I gain some, I lose some, I gain some. And God showed me you never reach your goal because you always quit.
Mm.
And that was really profound because I said, if I just don't quit, I'll reach my goal. Simple.
So simple.
But it blew my mind because I said, I have all this potential, but when I stop, I, of course, don't reach the goal. So I decided, I wrote it on my board. I homeschool. So I wrote it on the homeschooling board, finish what you start.
Mm.
So every time in my mind, after I figured out a plan of what I was going to do, oh, this seems really hard. Finish what you start. Okay.
Mm.
When I had a potluck, potlucks have been notorious for me. Either I don't eat anything or I eat all the things, and feel bad afterwards. But this time I said, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go to a potluck like a normal person with no food issues, like my husband. He'll go to the potluck, get a plate of food, eat exactly what he wants, and then he's done. I'm going to try that. I had 3 potlucks in 1 week in the first week that I, set up my plan, and I lost 8.5 pounds. I said, oh, that's what that's like? That's what people who don't have food issues do. They eat, and then they're done.
Mm.
They're not continuously looking for, well, I wasn't really satisfied with that, and let me look over here. You eat what you want, but for so long I had restricted myself. Well, I can only eat this amount. Well, you know what they say about carbs. Well, you know. So I decided I was going to do what I said I would do, and I was going to finish what I start. That
Mm.
was, it worked. And I journaled, Summer.
Mm.
I'm going to finish what I start. How can I finish what I start? My grandfather passed away, and I went to this funeral. And I'm thinking, oh no, I'm going to be at my mom's house for 5 days. There is going to be sumptuous food, everywhere. How are you going to finish what you start? And I said, I'm going to eat when I'm hungry, and I'm going to stop when I'm satisfied. And that is what I did that whole time. And let me tell you, I had already lost some weight. Oh, I started at 264 this journey,
Okay.
but I had already lost some weight. And I was able to help my mom carry boxes. I was so physically active and able to move that all the things my mom needed done, I did. And it was such a blessing to be able to go to the funeral and mourn with my family and have fun with all the cousins and everything. And not once did I think, well, how do I look? Can I fit in my dress? When I sing, how is my stomach going to look? None of those things entered my mind because I had been working on myself for a long time. So, it really gave me a lot of freedom to finish what I start. And even now, like today, I hit 100.8 pounds down.
Oh my goodness.
I have been saying, finish what you start almost every day for 19 months. Finish what you start. Oh, my husband's eating something that I want to eat. How could he do this to me? It's none of your business what he's eating. What are you going to eat? And I
Yeah.
tell people, nobody as an adult has put food in my mouth only except for one time. Okay. My friend's mom, I turned a corner and she literally put a spoon of mashed potatoes in my mouth. I was opening my mouth to say something and then there was food in it. But that's the only time as an adult anyone other than me has decided what goes in my mouth. And that was something I also had to learn. Wait, it's my responsibility. It's not Susie Q. It's not what somebody said to me when I was 8. It's not what we should take responsibility. And when we do, it's in our hands. No one can take it out.
Yeah.
And so taking that responsibility. Yesterday I went on to I tried on jeans. I can fit in a size 9. Never, right? I never would have thought that. And it's not just the size, but I fit places, Summer.
Mm.
I fit, like I fit in places. My daughter, my husband, and I like to play hide and go seek in our house. And we have a piano that's up against, there's a little space between the piano and the wall. I would have never thought to even try to hide there. But I said, I fit here. And my husband had the hardest time finding me. You know, it's stuff like that, those non-scale victories. Like, I like looking the way that I do, but the things that I get to do, and I don't have, my back doesn't hurt all the time. You know, I can turn over in the bed without every single muscle and every creaking.
Yes.
You never know how much 100 pounds feels to your bones until you don't have 100 pounds on you anymore.
Wow. Wow. Well, victory, first of all, that victory, I saw that today on Facebook, 100 pounds. I said, what?
Yeah.
How often does people get, and you just said finish where you start, because I'm like, how do people get there? It's determination. It's just saying I'm gonna do it and not make any excuses, because we are a human race that likes to make excuses. We do,
right?
Including myself. I'm one of them.
Yeah.
But
I had all the excuses. Well, I had a hysterectomy, so you know that people who have hysterectomies have a harder time. Well, I'm over 40, so, you know, I'm 42 now. So, you know, when you get to your 40s, you know, it's harder. Well, my parents, I had all the excuses like stacked up against me.
Yeah.
But if there's one person in this world who can do it, I can do it too.
Yes.
You know? So that's why I like to share the obstacles I've had, because if I can do it, so can you. I'm not so special that it was magic for me or that it was easy for me. No, I had to work hard too, but really the legwork was in my brain. You know, because of all the I can'ts that I've had, that I had to really overcome those things and say, you know what, I can. I sure can try.
Yeah.
You know, I told one of the people in my group, if you feel like you have an excuse, well, you're going to go around it, or you're going to go through it, or you're going to go over it, or you're going to blow that excuse up. Either way, any of those ways.
I love it. You got me doing that all day.
Yeah, you know, get rid of it, because that's the only thing that that stops us. So, you know, back to when God was telling you, finish when you start. The only reason why you don't finish is because you quit.
Yeah.
And how many of us in any area of life, an obstacle comes, well, that's it.
That's it.
I quit. And we don't even give ourselves a chance to try to figure it out. We just take our hands off and quit. And then a lot of times it's hard to get started again, you know?
Yes, I'm definitely a witness to that. So many people are a witness. If anybody said they haven't witnessed that, it's crazy, you know. How are you helping women right now through these obstacles and these struggles that some of these women, including myself, are having?
So right now I have a page called Walk with Devon, and I am sharing my story and sharing tips. I don't really want to call it tips. I'm just sharing what I have experienced and what I have done, and literally what God shows me to share with the group. And I want to help people because I see in other people what I saw in myself. And I want to help them get to the point where they can see for themselves how to, in their own way, reach their goal. You know, not everybody's goal is going to be a weight loss goal. And throughout this journey, weight now is like the lowest thing, like the lowest benefit
Mm-hmm.
that I've received from this.
Mm-hmm.
So I have met so many wonderful people. I have walked so many miles with folks, with friends. I'm able to talk on the phone with people that I haven't talked to in years. You know, a lot of things have happened because I've been on this journey. And I want people to see that it's more than a weight loss. Like, I feel like I was in bondage. Let me just be clear. I was in bondage to food.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
And I didn't want to be anymore. I, I just didn't want to be. And I think maybe only people who have been in bondage to food understand what that means. Like a long time ago, and it's so, I don't know, my heart starts beating fast. You know, when I used to teach school, I used to teach music, and I would leave school, go to Sonic, eat, go throw my food away, throw my bags away, go home, cook dinner, and eat again within like an hour. But
Mm.
I hid that food that I was eating before. And my husband would say, I don't understand why, you know, your back hurts and why you're putting on so much weight when what we eat at home is healthy. See?
Yeah.
And you know, after when I was doing it, I didn't think anything was wrong with it, really. And looking back, I said, look, I was hiding food. I had a problem.
Yeah.
Oh, I had a problem, and I didn't know how to do things in a balance. I was a person who kept saying, I'm an all or nothing person. I'm an all or nothing person. So if I don't have it perfect, I just won't do anything.
Ooh, you speak it. How many? Listen. How many times? Look, I'm gonna point to me. How many times have I said that?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
Yeah. So I had to stop saying that about myself and stop believing it and stop using that as an excuse to do nothing. Because that's really what you're saying when you say, I'm just an all or nothing person. We have the power to change. We don't have to stay that way. And when we say that, it's like it's a fixed personality trait.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
So excited. Thank you. Listen, everyone, follow Devon. I'm going to put up your Facebook page here, and we're going to have women follow. We're going to walk into our success right along with you. The
Yes.
tips are amazing. The nuggets that she drops are amazing and just motivational. The biggest thing was getting that motivation from someone who now you can see has reached those goals by believing and just going after your goals and just doing it, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Finish what you start.
Finish what you start.
You can actually do. Don't make it this lofty high in the, you know, pie in the sky. I'm going to do Zumba. That's what I did quickly. Summer was, I said, well, if I don't do 2 hours of Zumba, it means nothing. See, and I did that to myself, and I set myself up for failure, which is I said I can't do that. I love Zumba, but I am not. I number one don't have the time now like I did before I had a child.
Yeah.
Number two, I just can't do 2 hours of Zumba like I used to,
Yeah.
but I can walk, and that's all I do. Not all. I don't even want to put that. I walk. Period.
Mhm.
My walk could be 5 minutes, and that's great. My walk could be 30 minutes. Super. My walk could be 2 hours. All of those are worthy. None of those is, I only walked five. Nope. I said I walk. That's my goal, and that's it.
All of those are worthy. I love that. I love that. We have to coin that, because
Yes.
that's something I like. I listen. Wrinkles is for me too, more than Wrinkles really is for me. I love the women that come on Wrinkles because I get so much from it. And you talking to me today because I'm that person all day. I'm all day. If I didn't do, I want to do a 30-minute workout. I didn't have time. So forget the whole 30 minutes. Like I just didn't do a workout at all. And then it runs to 5 days later. It's like, did I ever do a workout? I didn't work out at all today. Nothing. And when I saw, I'm gonna tell you this. Listen, we real on Wrinkles. I saw your 100. You posted today. You lost 100 pounds. I said, let me get up and walk in place. I got up.
Yes.
I got up and I got the smartwatch. And I got up and I did some steps in place during work today.
Yeah.
I've been so busy. It's been a lot going on in my life and I just haven't had time to. And I said, you know what? You got time right now. Get up and walk in place. And I was 5 minutes. Now I didn't think about that time was worthy. I just got up because you lost 100 pounds. And I said, well, if I'm ever going to catch that, let me walk in place for 5 minutes.
Yes. Yes.
So I love that. We're going to coin
Good
that.
for you. See, and pat yourself on the back.
Yes, all day.
Yep.
Oh, well, thank you so much for coming to Wrinkles today.
This was really fun.
Oh, good. Well, we're going to have you back then.
Yes. That'd be wonderful.
We'll have a special come in and do some talking and give some more education to these women. I thank you so much. Wrinkles, going to follow Devon and we're going to finish what we started.
Yes. That's it.
That's it.
Thank you, Summer.
Thank you. Bye, Wrinkles.
Bye, Wrinkles.